afternoon and namaste. We are here on the final day of TiEcon 2024 at the Santa Clara Convention Center, and it's been 3 amazing days of very enlightening panel discussions, amazing entrepreneurs, and really inspiring talks all over. Welcome to Sitare TV, and this is Lakshmi Iyer. I am here with Andrew Beagley. He's the Chief Risk Officer of RiskOps.ai, which also happens to be one of the sponsors of this conference. Welcome, Andrew.
Thank you very much. We're delighted to be here as a sponsor. We're an integrated risk modeling and decisioning platform with a particular focus on AI. So it's been incredible, an incredible experience to be here to see all these companies and to talk about, what we're doing in the AI space, in particular how we're helping organizations transition their risk management programs, regardless of their industry, from what could be described as a very traditional governance-based approach to risk to something that is forward-looking, predictive and intuitive, much more analytical, using AI at every step of the risk management process.
So that means you transcend things like ransomware threats to healthcare, to cryptocurrency fraud, to everything?
So we have a particular focus on cyber risk governance, third-party threat exposure management. Okay. And the way that we're helping organizations is by taking all of their current disconnected data sources that contain risk-related information and using AI, bringing all of those together, the tools and applications, data sources, in a much more consolidated way. So it's joining the dots, if you like, using AI to create a much more holistic and what we describe as a single source of truth that enables what we call decision supremacy. So that helps boards of directors, audit committees, risk committees to make much more informed risk decisions based on actual data of their organization rather than some third-party comparison or whatever. And it's the AI that really drives the precision around that, taking into account the organization's own DNA, its risk appetite, its revenue, the industry in which it operates. All of those factors go into the mix to help create and generate analytics that can be used for much more precise decision making and risk mitigation.
Oh, it's somewhat like, the way a doctor predicts the risk of a patient, something like that?
So we are, yeah. Well, that's a good analogy. I mean, AI obviously has many different applications, as we're all finding out at this conference. And for us, the real benefit that we're able to provide to organizations is to take whatever risk management programs, arrangements they have in place today and take them to the next level, including in a predictive way. So yes, as a doctor analogy, that is what we're helping with our, the way we're helping companies with our predictive analytics, using the AI to take something that otherwise could be seen as pretty plain vanilla, but being able to slice and dice the data, being able to quantify risk in terms of dollars and cents. That's much more meaningful. It's much more helpful for an organization rather than a traditional red, amber, green or high, medium and low approach. If you've got those dollars and cents numbers, and if you're able to then generate meaningful insights into the company, then the boards of directors, the audit committees and so on are able to make much more informed risk mitigation decisions.
It's not very often that we get to meet somebody who holds the designation of Chief Risk Officer. I think you're the first person I've met with that designation. I think this is not very common. Your comments?
So my background is as a Chief Risk and Compliance Officer in financial services, insurance broking primarily. But I ran global programs in the risk and compliance space, but they were run in a very traditional way. And what I'm doing at RiskOps.ai is using that past experience, but helping the company develop techniques for risk management using AI that gets those risk management arrangements onto the front foot, so that they're much more predictive and they can provide output and analytics that are really useful for the organization, as I said before, to generate what we describe as decision supremacy. So taking a traditional chief risk officer role, such as my own, but then building in what we're doing at RiskOps AI is really a perfect combination of experience and technology and skill sets that really goes to the heart of how a company should be making its decisions. At the end of the day, everything is based on risk. And what we're doing, rather than the traditional approach where risk may be one part of the risk management, may be one part of the organization, not necessarily joined up with the decision makers and the strategists of the organization, what we're doing is combining the two. So the strategists, the decision makers, the boards at the top table are making decisions based upon actual risk factors, using dollars and cents, using predictive analytics and so on.
Yeah, your field is truly interdisciplinary since you came from the finance background and then you're in this tech background. No wonder it's not very common.
Well, but as I said earlier, at RiskOps AI, we're helping organizations across many different industries. So whether you're in manufacturing or retail, or financial services, just to give 3 examples there. There are common factors, there are common needs when it comes to understanding the risks that are specific, not just to your industry, but more importantly to your organization. And as I say, the unique and bespoke, the specific risk models that we build for companies reflect those individual characteristics, regardless of your industry, and regardless of who you are as a team of stakeholders, a team of decision makers. The model that you're working with is based on data and assumptions that relate specific to your organization. And that's what makes the difference.
Thank you so much. And how was your TiEcon experience so far?
This is actually my very first TiEcon event, although our founder and CEO, AJ Sarkar, he's a charter member and so on. It's been a terrific experience. The opportunity to listen and to learn from so many organizations and all of the different events over the past couple of days, to meet so many people, to see so much passion in action. That's the way that I would describe it. And I'm very excited to be looking forward to my next opportunity to attend and participate in a TiEcon event.
Thank you so much, Andrew. And it was a pleasure and very educational to listen to your talk yesterday on the panel. And thank you so much for your time.
And thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Thanks.